All right, Tesla, QQQ, and coin update today. The reason I'm doing these three together is I feel like Tesla and coin might actually be on the same path now. They look very similar. So we have Tesla up for WX. So let's just go ahead and determine where we think this is going to top at. So I've said this before. I think this is going to 400. Double top basically 2021. We get this move up, the 1.61 fib of that move right there is also at 400. So we got those out of the way. This is all complete. It's just figuring out what all this nonsense is right here. We get this move down here to 182. And then we get this move up. It looked like a corrective move to me, but now all of a sudden we're just like in 10 days, we're from 214 all the way up to 300. So it very well could be that I'm completely wrong about this coming back down here one more time. And this is just going to go to 400 now. If that's the case, then that would mean this has to be an impulse. This can't be an A wave. It looked corrective to me, but it would have to be a wave 1. This would have to be a wave 2. And if that's the case, then that means we are looking for $333 on this move right here. And within this move, this would have to be 1, this would have to be 2. And then this is likely 1, 2, and we're currently in a third wave right here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'd be working on a fifth wave here. And yeah, don't get me started on these smaller time frames. It's so unrealistic. You get this move. Like, if I saw a move like this from 289 all the way down to 275, that's a 5% drop in 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's great. That's a top right there. And then all of a sudden, and then for the rest of the day, it just chops up and then turns into another impulse. So trading that part right there is kind of frustrating. I made some money today trading this because I realized it was an impulse, but yeah, I'm not really loving this move because it's at the very top of the range, but that's why it's working. That's why it's going up, probably, because I'm sure there's other people who are like, it should be going down. It should be going down. Why is it not corrected yet? And that's when it keeps on going up. So this move right here is looking to me, it's going to go higher for sure. It looks to me like a very slight wave 2 here. And what I'm talking about when I say a move like this, if you know anything about Elliot wave, this should be an A wave down. It should come back and then come back down like that. This should not be a fourth wave. Just all red straight down and then just goes back up to highs. That's just because of algos. If it was humans trading, there's no way that this would happen. Well, that's just my opinion, I guess. But algos just made it so it doesn't really matter. They can just bring the price somewhere, and then they can just take it to another price, and there's no psychology. None of that even matters, really, on the smaller time frames at least. So anyway, we get wave 1, wave 2, and then you can see here we break the parallel line here to the very top. This is probably wave 3. We also hit the 1.61 fib here. So I think it's in a fourth wave going into the Fed. So this is probably going to chop and come down a little bit into the Fed. Maybe like 294, 295. As I say that, it's going higher here. So we'll see if I'm right about that or not. Maybe that's only the fourth wave right there. Maybe it starts going higher. But fourth wave here. And then I'd be looking for a fifth wave all the way up to probably 311, which is actually, look at this. I'm pretty sure 311 is the 1.61 fib of this. No, it's at 320. So that's only going to be wave 3 though, from what I see. I think we're in wave 3 right here. So this is 1, 2, that will be 3, 4, and then 5. Should be up here at 333. Pretty sure that was the 1 point. So like 320, 333 would be wave 3. Let me zoom out here. I always get confused on these. Yeah, 333 or 320, one of the two. So 330. We're looking for wave 3. This wave 3 right here is going to be going to 320. So we'd have 320, and then wave 4, and wave 5 up here at 333. That will be overall wave 3. Then we'll have wave 4 and wave 5 up here at 400, like that. So we're currently in wave 3 of 3. And then if you break it down even farther and go down to the smaller time frames like I have, then we're only going to be in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only going to be in wave 3 of 3. So this is the biggest wave actually in the entire move right here. The move that's going on right now is the biggest move in the entire move, but it should be going to at least 320. I should put this there. 320 for the overall move, and then the overall wave 3, 333, and then pullback, and then 400. So if that plays out, that means we're already in this move. Let me zoom out here. We're already in this move. And, I mean, I thought this was going to come back at some point, but it's just not coming back. So we have to just go ahead and go with this being an impulse until it invalidates. And this should be going all the way up here to 400 to 410. I think buying here is, it's kind of risky because it is at the top of the range. But this just might be one of those moves where it's going to keep on going. 330 is going to take us to about 3 standard deviations. And then you're probably going to get a fourth wave after that. That's going to take a while. This one took about a month. So this might be a longer fourth wave. Maybe this fourth wave lasts till like February or something and comes all the way over here. And then you get the final move to 400 in like mid-2025. So really, this is the opportunity, if you're going to do it, to get in Tesla and make, I don't know, like another 10 to 15% on the upside. The Fed meeting is going to be probably a catalyst for the market to keep on going higher. Let's go over coin. So the reason I said that they could be similar is, well, they're a little bit different, but this fifth wave, I have this also in a third wave of a third wave. My target there is 267. So they're not going to be completely the same. This is only potentially going up another 5%. But they would both be right now in wave 3 of 3. So that's where they're similar. QQQ, if this plays out, it's just going to continue to go higher. My count must have been wrong. We didn't get a pullback today. So at this point, what is the max this can go? It'd still be a B wave. So the max this can go is 560. And it might go all the way to 560. if this is, the max here is 543. I'm looking at this as WXY, but at this point, if it keeps on going higher, I might have to turn this into an impulse too. I don't like to do that because it just looks so sideways, but what can you do? So on QQQ, it's overextended to the upside. Let's look at the daily standard deviation. It's pretty similar. I would expect this to go up with Tesla and then have consolidation potentially for a couple of months. So what is this? This was an impulse. This was a B wave. This was an impulse. And then we get this chop move right here. That's why I have it labeled X, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So I'm just going to follow Tesla. I'm not even trading QQQ. I sold my calls yesterday. I'll probably trade Tesla. I'm trading coin a little bit. I made like 400 or 500 on, I bought it like 290 and sold it like 294. But I'm starting to realize that this is the move. And there's not going to be, unless something happens to the Fed, there's probably not going to be a downside move. I would love if there was. I would love if this came back down here to 214, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. So I would, if you're going to play this, I would buy with a tight stop in case I'm wrong, but it looks like it's ready to go. This supply zone doesn't really matter. It's pretty much through it. Get rid of that. Monthly supply might not matter now. If we look at the options, they are selling a little bit today, and they did buy a put. They have a call here. Yesterday, they were buying so many calls. I should have taken that. No, look at this. The very end of the day, too. Just calls after calls. Well, they sold some, too. So that's my current count on Tesla. If you're going to play this, make sure you have a tight stop because you do not want to get caught at the top of this range. You can see what happens in the past. If this does end up being some kind of ABC move and it pulls all the way back to here, you do not want to be stuck holding the bag. So play cautiously, but I think there's a very good chance it's going straight to 330 before a correction. So it'd look like this. Probably something like this. And then like that. I don't think that it's going to keep on going straight up because that would be way, way outside the standard deviations. So I think this is the most likely path, 330, and then a bunch of consolidation for months. Months of consolidation. Probably into like, who knows, like could be even like the springtime. And then I think you see that 400 move. So we'll see what happens. I showed you the current smaller count. I think we're in a fourth wave here. Invalidation for that, if the Fed says something that is negative, is at basically below 290. There's a slight chance that this still could be ABC move because we did hit the 1.61 fib here. So if it does invalidate, then you're looking at it like this. And that would still be bullish for it to go like that. So if you buy right here, invalidation's below 290. All right, that's it for this video. Coin Tesla QQQ. Let's see what happens. And Fed speaks here in like 2 or 3 hours.